Yeah, it's almost 11 a.m. On the 18th of August here in Pattaya, Thailand. I'm Scott McLean. I am the content creator who doesn't try to scratch too much. For Pondering in Pattaya, my YouTube channel that's dedicated to helping people trying to live their best life possible anywhere in the world. And I know what the best life possible is, because I'm the all-knowing, all-seeing Goomba, Kahuna, and I'm humble about it, actually. Quick shout outs. Shout out to two people that cannot remain nameless. One lives here. He's my friend for 45 years, not just here, but also in America. And he's the greatest chef that I know. And he's a kind, thoughtful friend who offers me constructive criticism even when I don't want it. And he's right. He's a great guy. The second one is an old friend of mine for over 30 years, who will remain nameless, who's a drummer and a drumming expert and a historian of drumming and music. And I had a great conversation with him yesterday. Now, I made a move yesterday. Now, I said I was out of the record business since 2015. That's actually kind of a lie. I'm back in it right now. I'm negotiating. I'm putting together two people that I know very, very well. One of them owns a fabulous record collection, and he's got to a point in his life where it's time to liquidate. But that's all I'll go into for now. Back to my story of the record business. I think I took you up to 1977 when I was working at this record store called Sounds. And there were some pretty well-known people that worked there, and one of them was a guy who went on to be a very successful TV writer from the 1980s, late 80s. Lives next door to Jim Keltner, the fabulous drummer, session drummer for Eric Clapton and so many people. And he and I worked at the store together, and I have an interesting story. He was very, 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 very involved in record collecting, and so was I. And a record came in the door that was a fabulously rare record that I loved, and it was the original Train Kept a Rollin' by Tiny Bradshaw, which is a piano-based record, not a guitar-based record. Like Johnny Burnett Trio did it, and like Aerosmith did it. It's one of Aerosmith's most famous songs. Joe really rocks on it. And the record came in the door, and I grabbed it and put it in my section of records to keep. Well, Eddie Gorodetsky, grabbed it. I took it out of my stash, and about 3 days later, I confronted him with it when I couldn't find it. I said, Eddie, you're not the only person who collects records here. He didn't really handle it that well. I eventually got the record, but I had to do some serious lobbying and put Eddie in his place, which Eddie didn't appreciate. And we didn't talk for about 2 or 3 years. To his credit, Eddie invited me to his house in Los Angeles, about 1990 or 91. At that point, he had done several shows. He was probably just starting on 2.5 Men. He was the executive producer and writer of many episodes that Chuck Lorre was the head poobah for. Eddie has done pretty good for himself. But he was one of my co-workers. And I have known Eddie, I guess, for, let's think, 50 years. 49, 50 years. Hey, Eddie, this goes out to you. I continued to work at that store, and I got an apartment. I moved from Somerville. They got me an apartment on a street near Berkeley School of Music, a Haviland Street. And I got a great apartment. And I continued to work there, but the way that it was run was just, wasn't run right. And about this time, Lanny and Joel, my fellow record sellers in the street, approached me and said, we want to open a store. And I said, great. And they go, we want you to be the record buyer and facilitator, and we'll get managers. And I said, I don't have any money. And they said, that's okay. We'll put up your share. You can pay us back $75 a week, because I was driving a cab at that point, full time. And on January the 18th, my birthday in 1978, we opened Nuggets Records at 482 Commonwealth in a basement, 1,000 square feet, less than a block from the Rat. From the Rat. You know, everybody knows the Rat in Boston. Everybody knows the Rat in the world that's into punk music. About 10 days after we opened, we got robbed. Somebody came through the fake ceiling and robbed us because we didn't have a safe yet. Then on February, Jesus, I don't remember the date. The day the Great Blizzard in Boston took place. The Great Blizzard, they got 4.5 feet of snow. Everything was closed for almost a week. People were skiing, cross-country skiing up Commonwealth Ave to get around. Well, my point is this: we never put another dime in the place. We spent under $14,000 to fill our store with used inventory, build browser bins, pay 2 or 3 months deposit and the rent. We never put another dime in the place. It was just kismet. It was serendipitous. We were in the right place at the right time. The first year we were in business, and this will be the end of the segment. The first year we were in business in 1,000 square feet with an average unit price of $2.60 and only selling secondhand records. We did over $930,000 the first year. At a very healthy net, which I'll go into next time. Anyway, that's it for today. Like, share, and subscribe to Pondering and Padia, which now segues into my life in the music business. Sawadee Kop, Sawadee Be My Kop, Chody Kop, and all my love to you music freaks out there.